CFG GameCast episode number 118, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers alike to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode on the Fridays and release it on podcast services like Apple, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, and Podbean. So show us some love. Give us a follow, a like, a comment, what have you on any of the podcast services out there, or go to our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. I am Mr. CFG Games himself, Davis Green, and with me today are my two awesome co-hosts. I got Lex in the second seat. What is going on, my cyborg?
Hey, not too much. How was your holidays, man? Did they go well? Did you like them?
Yeah, well, for the most, well, actually, it was actually pretty crazy.
Really?
My nephew was going to go back to Nigeria to go see his family, but unfortunately, he wasn't able to because he got COVID.
Oh no!
So he had to stay. He had to stay at home extra days. So my mom, on the other hand, went to Hawaii. So I basically decided to just say, you know what, there's a reason to just hunker down and just chill at home. So
that's what I did. Christmas tree. Understood.
I don't even have a Christmas tree up.
It's one of those those wimpy ones with like the two little sticks on the scarf at the bottom. Oh,
like a Charlie Brown Christmas tree?
Yeah,
no.
I have one of those somewhere in my garage. I'll send it to you, buddy. It's easy to put up.
That's freaking hilarious. No, how about you?
Pretty good. Christmas was good. I didn't get to see my little cousin D again. It's been 2 years, D. Where are you? She got COVID. She's high risk. I'm high risk. But we did see Dust's family this year. We kind of told them to peace out last year because too many people were traveling and it didn't seem safe. So we're like, we'll meet up with you guys for presents on a different day when everybody's like out of the way. We can be 20 feet from everyone. And we did that. But this year we did go. I was masked up the whole time, like giving air fives from across the room, you know. So that was good. I got to hang out with my god kids in the morning and I made them little, they're called ugly dolls, but they're like a stuffed animal and like they're missing an eye and they've got funky little arms and they all had different ears and it was really cute. They loved them. So I gave them that in the morning and I got to cook with my dad, which is always like the best part. And it was nice. And we've just kind of been quarantining just to make sure that, you know, just to be on the safe side. Because I do, I take care of baby Smitty a couple times here and there. So I had to make sure that I was good for her. Also, got a new nose ring. I put more holes in my face, you know, just the usual.
Wait, you got a new nose ring?
Yeah, I got two now. And I want a third one on the side. So
How did I not notice this?
Oh, yeah.
Because you don't notice
the baby
things,
grabbed
Smitty.
it, and I was like,
ooh.
yeah, she got me real good. She's like, what's that? And like,
grippy hands.
It's all right. It didn't hurt too bad. But yeah, you know, you didn't notice this one either.
This is true. It
took like 2 weeks. It was like, is that new? I was like, nope. This has been there since August, man. He was like, really?
I'm terrible.
Okay.
Do you know? But you do know who is also known as to be the Black Mr. Magoo.
I do. His name is
the 5-star general of the Itty Smitty committee. I got Smitty in the third seat. What's going on?
Apparently, you can call me the Black Mr. Magoo. That's who I am. That is terrible. What is this?
I had to Google who Mr. Magoo was. Dave's playing that for fun. Let me call him the Black Mr. Magoo. Remember this.
There we go.
That is terrible.
That is the winner.
I quit. F the podcast. I'm out.
Y'all can just kiss my butt.
Good luck with the live stream. Done. It was good. The holidays were good. My mom was able to come out. Unfortunately, my dad also got COVID as well. So he wasn't able to come out for Christmas or any of that stuff, but we ended up like sending him over some food and just making sure that he was taken care of. He's feeling a lot better now. He was both vaxxed and boosted. So, it was scary for a couple days as far as with that, but glad that he is feeling better. Other than that, though, my mom stayed out for New Year's Eve as well. So this is the first time that she stayed out for New Year's Eve. Everybody came over and we just hung out and played game. Not everybody, like my brother and the kids and stuff like that. So we kept it pretty tight. We haven't really been doing much like everybody else. We're just kind of hunkering down and trying to, knocking on wood, we haven't gotten sick. We'd like to keep it that way. So overall, it was a nice little break. It was a nice little break. How about yourself, brother? What?
Oh man, it's been going good. It's like going back to where Donk says is basically this is the holiday COVID special. Essentially, it really is. It's like knock on wood. So far, it's like we haven't gotten COVID, but it was like everyone around we're at a point now where that you have a family member or someone that you really closely know that experienced it. And and what was scary is the fact that my mom is also compromised, and when my nephew got it, I was like, you need to leave the house, because and luckily that's what she did. Luckily she went to Hawaii that week, so that was good for her. It's been going pretty good though. I mean, this week it's been like I've been actually incredibly busy. I really wanted to take the setup to trying to get more advancement on the other podcast, Pop Culture Gems, which we are definitely doing right now. Getting a lot especially good, really really cool opportunities with some screeners and stuff like that. It's we've been I've been definitely pushing it up a lot. Just wanting to get to the next echelon of where I'm wanting to be for this and then some, and hopefully we can do the same for this podcast too, because so that'll be awesome. So it's good. It's been pretty good. I just need to figure out the time so I can actually just relax and just be able to stream again. Like, because I have not streamed in 2 months, almost 2 months now.
Yeah,
and I have not streamed since the Extra Life. So I maybe did 1 or 2 after that, but just because of trying to get everything straightened and what I have in mind and what I'm wanting to do and stuff, it's just been more present. Was present. It's been crazy. So but I will eventually, hopefully we'll get something going in really soon.
Well, I mean, we might have a sponsor, so we may have to do a stream with the 3 of us, beating each other's booties or something.
True.
Do some money matches. Apparently now Smitty has like a vendetta now with this Mr. Magoo.
With everybody, dude. With everybody, with the whole freaking world. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna put in my profile. The Black Mr. Magoo.
Black Mr. Magoo. What was the name of that one actor that you were saying that it was a household name?
Skeet Ulrich.
Skeet Ulrich. Who doesn't know who Skeet Ulrich is?
Come on.
I guarantee you, most people don't.
And this isn't like a
that's not true.
Look at who you're talking to. No, this isn't like the Friends debate where you guys have never watched Friends. He knows what Skeet Ulrich is or who he is. I'm not crazy.
I'm actually surprised that you know who Skeet Ulrich is, though. Because I mean, like, I'm not saying it as a doc. It's just more like his he's done nothing besides one big thing, really, in my opinion.
No,
like I looked at the list. See, look at that anime player bulletin. Oh, it's going with the danger.
Yeah, that's different. No.
But still, I'm just saying, it's like it's just crazy. All right, well, anyways, let's stop talking about Skeet Ulrich and go through the normal rigmarole that we normally like to do each and every week. So each of us chooses a topic or discussion within video games from the previous week. The topic would or could be about a specific game or something that happened in the gaming industry itself. And we don't want to talk about these topics amongst ourselves. We want you, the listeners and viewers on twitch.tv, to be a part of the conversation. So if you're something that you want to chime in about what we're talking about, by all means, type it inside the chat. We would love to discuss it with you as well. And we will see what we get. So there you go. So let's get this started at the beginning, the first of the year. More like the 14th, half of the month later. But still,
hey,
let's go.
Right.
Yeah, no, right. We're already at the halfway point. Let's start with Lex. What do you bring into the table?
Well, it's actually something that I kind of noticed during our planned hiatus. So I'd been, I don't really watch a lot of big streamers. I know I stream. Why don't you watch? I don't know. I feel like I get my stream ideas from people who are similar to who I am. They do comedy streams, but they do horror. So I'm not really big into like a lot of like big streamers. Markiplier, but that's kind of obvious. And I noticed a lot of them are watching TV shows, Master Chef, anime, The Last Airbender, stuff that in my mind immediately brought bells. Because here's the thing, just like music, Master Chef, anime TV shows, those are all DMCA-able. Absolutely 100%. So my worry was, are we going to get an adpocalypse like YouTube did? And I did some digging, and it was kind of funny because a few big streamers came out and were basically stating like, yeah, I'm watching it. Why are you narking on me? Which to me is like, wait a minute. You know the rules, but they don't matter to you? And I mean, Pokemon got hit with a DMCA, or it was fake, apparently. Someone else got hit with like a fake for Master Chef. They got hit with a fake DMCA. But the thing is that's all somebody else's content. And even if you're playing like a bingo card and you're all watching together, you can't legitimately do that unless you were, let's say. And I know that these streamers have been hit. They're paid to watch these shows and give critiques, which again, that kind of goes under a subgenre in itself, and they can absolutely, refute the DMCA, especially if they're being paid by a company to watch and give critiques such as that. But this isn't that. This is just, we're all hanging out. We're bored. I don't want to content create. No. We're going to watch MasterChef together. To me, it seems lazy. It seems like you're setting the rest of us up for failure because other people are going to see that, think they can do that and get away with it. And 3, who wants to put ads on something that somebody is illegally doing? Do you know what I mean? And so a lot of things have run through my mind with this whole debacle, I'll call it. It's frustrating and it's irritating because a lot of people look up to these people. You don't have to be doing it by the letter. No. I'm not saying that you have to do everything perfect and be perfect all of the time. Not at all. But at least be better than that. You know what I mean? I'm getting really mad. It frustrates me.
It's like, I just don't like it because it's like, I don't like it on the fact that people know better on this, and it's just that now we're at a point where it's playing fire with fire. People still to this day still do audio DMCAs with like music and stuff like that, thinking that they're either too small, so they won't. I mean, they're gambling it. They know that they shouldn't be doing it, but it's going to. They're gambling on the fact that if they're popular enough or they're not popular enough. Well, no. If you are, then you already know exactly what I'm talking about.
I do sound right to people.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that like people still gambling on that, and now like what's worse is that now you're going to be worrying about media like video. You're going to mess with a bigger beast than audio with the music industry. I mean, the music industry the music and audio industry is already a very open place, but when you start doing video, those are big wigs, straight up big wigs that don't mess around. And on top of that, it's like everyone knows better than this. Who cares if I understand that you may be burnt out because you stopped because of how much how much you've been working on your Twitch and doing all this stuff, but that doesn't excuse you to say, hey, let's just pop in a movie. This isn't like fucking high school where it's like, okay, I don't have a curriculum plan. Let's just watch this movie in the meantime to fill in the void. It's like, no, it's like you're on a platform where there's going to be strict consequences that if this is going to continue, then we're going to see something that no one either one or two things are going to happen. You're going to get punished, which I hope and that's the easier one. the bigger one would be the fact that like whoever does this or gets busted by this is going to be fiscally responsible for these DMCAs and stuff, because this is a tier. I think this is going to lead to a tier worse than where we're currently at right now in the DMCA meta, which I'm already not a fan of all as it was. So like if you're wanting to get like if we're going in a direction where I don't think that we should even be messing with.
And I think also something to take into consideration too is if people are going to continue to do this regardless of the repercussions, you have to think about what big media now is trying to create to now hit these people with the DMCAs, right? So now there's going to be new programs that can catch these things, and I think they're not thinking about the bigger picture of how that affects not just them, but everybody. So yeah, that fun audio clip that you made for your sub from Family Guy, even though it's used for entertainment purposes and it's basically an NFT, they can't keep it, right? It's just for your channel. That can then get hit. And I think that these people aren't thinking that through. And that's what's frustrating, you know?
Because they don't know. I mean, even working in news and journalism, we've had training and things, because there's still rules associated with the using. Even if you're reporting on somebody else's content, there's still limitations and things, and finding and figuring out what the definition of that is, can get kind of weird. And I say that from a lawyer standpoint and like litigation and all that stuff. It's something that is not played around, and them doing this is like playing with fire. Now, I am guilty as hell when it comes to music, but again, I feel that on a music side of things, it's not like a highlight of the, it's more of background stuff and whatnot. Whereas this is like, they're just straight watching a copyrighted piece of content. Like, that is super illegal. And this is they're going to be sitting there crying and complaining about, but they're going to get hit hard. Like you're saying, these are heavy hitters, dude, and they're going to come down with some monstrous fines. And then you're going to have them looking to regulate, and it's going to make it much worse for everybody in the long run, especially within this DMCA fight. I think this is especially for these bigger streamers, it's irresponsible of them to do stuff like this, because they're setting a precedent for not just themselves, but everybody else.
Yeah, I mean,
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it just irritates me. Like, it really just irritates me. Like, it just seems like people are just not caring about it, and it's like then when the apocalypse happens again. You remember when Twitch had their pants down with all the DMCA strikes that we're getting
right
all at the same time, and then they're like, okay, you need to do this and this. When that because I mean, it's not a matter of if, it's just really a matter of when. Like
right.
When this all comes back down, and people are going to be like, okay, they're wanting heads to roll in stuff, they're wanting a piece of that money, because like the one thing right now that I'm really worried about, because the thing that's really kind of irritating is not really irritating, but it's worrisome, is how they're poking the bear with Gordon Ramsay. Because the big meme is the fact that Gordon Ramsay doesn't know what Twitch is.
Yeah.
But then he's poking, and then people are like doing things like, hey, can I watch your content on Twitch and stuff? They're just doing these memes and stuff to let him know. Gordon Ramsay is an entrepreneur, dude.
Yeah,
it's like he may not know what. Yeah, he may not know what Twitch is, but he will sure as hell have people to find out what that is.
I was gonna say, that's the thing. His name may be on it, but that ain't even his content.
No,
that is owned by the Fox Entertainment Corporation, Murdochs. They got a ton of money to come after people like that. And it's like, you want to do that? That's just paychecks for them.
Right.
That's just straight paychecks for them.
Yeah, and I just don't, and I feel like when you see, and because people are just like kind of doing this because they're just mad, because they're just fun, they're just laughing at his, like, not knowing what it is, but then come to realize it's like, oh, you know what? In the background, they're like, we're just playing a case. We're just quietly seeing it, because his stuff, Master Chef, is apparently like one of the biggest DMCA things are being viewed on his on Twitch is Gordon Ramsay content. And then like, you don't think that one day he'll probably be like, wow, I should really be getting revenue on this because these people are just watching the stuff that I've already made for TV, and then they're just being recasted again on stream. It's just a matter of when that's going to happen. It's just, it's just like, it's so insane, you know? So,
I was gonna say, not only that, but if somebody has that in like syndication on somewhere else, they could have grounds to then say, whoa, that's a violation of our contract. We're supposed to have exclusive rights to syndication on the past episodes or whatever.
Right.
That in itself is going to be a problem. This is not a good meta. It's just stupid meta.
Well, and it's interesting because, like, you know, from somebody who comes from an entertainment background, from both my parents, I kind of brought this up to my dad. I was like, yeah, I don't, because he knows more about as far as like the legality purposes of, you know, music and ownership and all of that. And for figure skating, for years, you could not skate to anything with lyrics because if you were in regionals or nationals, that is aired on TV. Now it's a little different. You can have something with lyrics in it. But the whole thing is that, again, it goes under, it's used for a performance, right? So even the smaller streamers like myself or Smitty who make content like NFTs for our subs who, you know, get a soundbite here and there, it's a short clip. It's less than, you know, half the time it's less than 10 seconds. It's something that is used for entertainment value. So we can technically slide into that. But that's not the same. You're not using something for entertainment. You guys are all chilling there, sitting there with a bingo card, watching MasterChef. And it's not even necessarily Gordon Ramsay's content. It's something that he was on that is now owned by somebody else. And so we run into this isn't some sort of gray area that they're running under. Absolutely not. I mean, Pokemon got hit almost immediately once they found out she was watching Last Airbender. This is ridiculous. And it, you know, again, like what programs now are they creating that can now seek and destroy streams? Because even if you are playing music, if someone goes to rewatch an old VOD, right? Let's just say I'm going to go rewatch Smitty's old VOD. He has background music playing. It's probably muted. And 99.9% of the time, it's going to be muted if that music. Be, though. Well,
because I say that no, because I have it where that specific audio channel does not get recorded into my VODs. So my VOD should not have any music at all.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Well, then I can see that like being a gray area. Whereas before it used to, if it was, let's just say for all intents and purposes, it would be muted. So not just the music, but the streamer, that portion of the stream would be muted so that everybody was kind of safe. Twitch was saving their own butt. They were saving your butt, blah, blah, blah. They can't do that. What are they going to do? Cut video and audio feed? Are you deleting your VODs after you watch? Like, what are you doing? I don't understand. It's making me mad. And I feel like we're just going to get thrown into a YouTube adpocalypse if we keep doing this. We're not making that much revenue as it is off of our ads. So then what now? Do you know what I mean?
Right. No,
I'm very Italian, and all I do is speak with my hands. Sorry, guys.
It's all good. Yeah. So I mean, it's just like, it's just like I said, it's just a matter of when at this point, like if people's like when it happens, people cannot blame anybody except themselves. So that's just unfortunately
it's like a little kid having to announce that they did something, even though they got away with it. But they have to announce it, so technically they don't get away with it because now they're going to get in trouble anyway.
It's like what? It's like, oh God, it's like, here we go. Anyways, all right. Well, how about you, Smitty? What do you have? What are you bringing to the table?
Yeah. We had to talk about it. This broke. Excuse me. I believe it was this morning. But I don't know if you guys saw voice actor Troy Baker went on and basically said that he was supporting this NFT called Voiceverse, which is interesting. It's actually a newer NFT. I don't even know if it's technically out yet, but essentially what they're going to be doing is using voiceovers and using people's voices as the NFTs. Essentially, what they're trying to say is, people can't just right click on them and copy and paste it, or I'm still having a hard time with NFTs just in general, I guess. However, I thought that number one, the internet completely jumped all over him, because NFTs and how it works with NFTs is they're bought and sold with crypto, which then has a heavy impact on the environment and stuff like that. So people out the gate were already like, what are you doing? That's ridiculous. I thought there was another interesting aspect to this, though, is that apparently, and I got to look into some more of this voice first, but it's almost sounding like they can then, once they have a sound print of a person, they can then get that person saying, they can basically spoof that person's voice. So that person no longer even is needed to be able to do stuff, which is crazy, right?
Don't like that.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
My password
it's like, why would
thrown in that? No.
Yeah, it's like, why would you? Number one, why would you support something that would put you out of business?
Right.
Because you're no longer. I've got your print now. Now the AI can take over. It's an interesting one. So this is. I'm still kind of up in the air as far as NFTs. I don't understand them or why people are doing it. But at the same time, I guess I have also participated in it. Kind of like what you're saying with the sound effects and stuff like that. I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. They're getting something that they can keep that is unique to them and is the only one of it. That is a freaking NFT.
Yeah.
but a voice though, because like you're a voice actor, you're going to be selling your voice in a phrase or something. That's that's
I don't understand. Well, I saw another one too, and this is interesting. The other day I saw that there was an NFT of like 9 different photos of Robert De Niro. And they were talking about, and these were NFTs, but they were talking about there being a physical thing to it, to where like if you put them together, like they make a clock or something. It was really, it was interesting. So I just don't.
But what's the point? Is where it's like to say that is that one
nobody
is that one NFT is like $100,000?
Well, no. So like it's one of like there's a series of them, and like a certain one is the most valuable because there's the least amount of them or something like that. But if you can get the whole collection, then the Uber part of the whole thing is that you get like you can do a physical thing. Now that's just speculation as far as I don't know that for sure it's going to be a clock, but they were talking about some sort of physical thing that they were trying to add into that. So a lot of this stuff seems like they are trying to figure out what to do and what people can do with it. They're trying to put value to these things that I don't know that they necessarily have value, because then anything.
They don't.
Yeah, and that's my biggest thing. It's like I don't understand it. But like I thought it was kind of like the internet the internet jumped on him immediately. He did end up going back. Hold on, let me.
He apologized.
He did. He said, hold up, y'all. Wait a second. He says, this is a quote. I always wanted to be part of the conversation, even if sometimes that finds me in the midst of a loud one, Baker wrote. I appreciate all y'all sharing your thoughts and giving me a lot to think about. I'm just a storyteller out here trying to tell my story to whomever will hear and hoping I can help others do the same. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm grateful there are those who are passionate about their stance and not only feel safe to express that, but also have the means to do so. And then going on, he says, the hate create part might have been a bit antagonistic. Hope y'all will forgive me for that. Bad attempt to bring levity. Anyway, feel free to resume the conversation or not, blah, blah, blah. And this is in regards to his first tweet that he was saying, I partner with @VoiceVerse NFT to explore ways where together we might bring new tools to new creators to make new things and allow everyone a chance to own and invest in the IPs they create.
It doesn't make any damn sense at all.
A story to tell. You can hate or you can create. What'll it be? That is.
Will you hate or will you create? Shut up.
I don't.
Seriously, it's like, what are you trying? Like, okay, listen, I am not like against a dude who to make money, okay? But this is kind of like saying I'm making Troy bucks, and here we're going to be, and we're going to and if you are real fans of me, like of me, Troy Baker, you know what? Because I mean, you've interviewed him. I mean, he's a really cool dude. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he's a very charismatic guy and stuff like that, and he's been in voice acting forever. It's like so people are Troy Baker fans, right? So because he's a Troy Baker fan, it's like, here's a little piece of Troy Baker that you can get as an investment by using an NFT of Troy Baker's voice. That's just like going to freaking that's like Jeffrey bucks at Toys R Us. Like, the only reason why it has value is because you're going to a place that has value, that you're going to use that stuff for it, you know? I mean, but instead of having using that currency to buy other stuff, no other you can't get Troy Baker NFT to buy you fucking gasoline or anything like that, you know,
right.
or groceries and stuff. It's just memorabilia of like, oh, here we go, I got Troy Baker's NFT, and I'm not mad. Like I said, I'm not mad at Troy Baker. Troy Baker is just going through the curve of what NFTs are right now, because like you remember, like I said off the air. NFTs is is a trigger word to a point now, at this point right now. There's no such thing as a good NFT story. No one has ever said, yeah, that's a really good idea that we should use it with NFTs. So when someone says NFT in that sentence, they're already gonna have negative connotation to it. So but the way that he kind of apologized seemed kind of half-assed, and I find a little insulting, is what I'm saying.
I know that a lot of artists have already had a lot of their, I'm talking like hand drawing, painting, whatever. They've had a lot of their art ripped off and due to the NFTs. And I think for somebody like myself who has done voice acting in the past, if my catalog was now brought up. So I understudied, essentially. I was a voice double for somebody else who did work. And so if they were sick, I would take over for them. A lot of the times I did not get voice credit on those things because I was getting paid double to be their voice double, right? So if my catalog got brought out of whatever vault it's in and it gets put up on the internet, not only am I upset and frustrated with that, but I'm under contract. So now that brings up a whole other slew of issues for me because I was Monica's voice double. Do you know what I mean? And even if they're using that to make an ebook or whatever, that's not cool. Like, why are you using my intellectual property without my knowledge, one? And two, now it's for some Joe Schmo to buy with his freaking crypto coin? Absolutely
here's the thing, though.
Not.
But even the NFT isn't even the library. It isn't even touching that at all. It's just a piece
How is this
of
legal?
The world. That's what doesn't make sense to me. It would be a different story if you actually owned what you're investing in, but you don't in this case.
So there's a little more too, though. So it's unclear. It's unclear whether Baker is actually lending his own voice to be bought on the service, or whether his partnership is extending to basically promoting the idea. So I don't even know if he's technically a part of this thing or if he's just promoting this new service. I'm not gonna lie, the service kind of has me intrigued as to what they plan on doing with it, because I'm curious. And you're talking about again, being able to automate voices. Number one, that kind of technology to be able to replicate and do that where it's somebody else's likeness is terrifying.
It's already there. Yeah,
it's already there. Yeah, it's already there.
So it's like politicians all the time.
Right. Well, I mean, and it extends, I'm sure, to all kinds of different sectors and areas of shadiness. But I am curious, and I think my curiosity, again, comes from a lack of understanding that whole NFTs, crypto, and this and that. Because I know people are making money. they're doing things, but I don't understand how. And it does seem very snake oily. Like,
it's incredibly snake oily.
Yeah.
Well, because like here's the thing, because like the when people look at NFTs and like I said, when people say like, I mean, because like I said, when someone says NFTs, it already comes in a negative. People already think a negative of it, because people remember even the episode that we talked about it a long time ago, like when we try to figure out what is an NFT, when we try to break it down exactly, like what exactly was that. And it's still, people didn't really, I mean, I still to this day don't have a full grasp of it. And I like to think of myself to being a dude of understanding, but like,
I'm trying to explain it to them, guys. They don't get it.
Yeah. But it's just weird on like why it's picking up steam. Like it doesn't
understand why it's a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's just it. See, I understand what it is, but I'm saying like, I don't understand. Like when you hear that, you're like, why is this even like why is this being like thought up like, oh, you know, the picking up steam? Because there's emails. Remember what Square Enix was talking about NFTs, the people who did Apex, EA, all that stuff was talking about like, you know, doing crazy things with NFTs and stuff like that, you know? So like, I'm just saying that like it doesn't make sense on, if you don't own the like when they say, and when a person says investment of what they're putting in with the NFT itself, you're not investing directly of that that said item, but more like you're investing on the picture that you purchased, but that picture literally has no like individual value other than whatever you make that value personally. And that logic in my mind, it just doesn't compute at all. Does not compute at all in my head. I'm like, what? It's like, huh?
Here's a kicker. So like, kind of sidestepping, like we know that Logan Paul also like does a lot of NFTs where like he'll pull Pokemon cards and you can buy the NFT. He recently got scammed out of $3.5 million because he tried to buy an unopened box of first edition Pokemon cards. He was told it was the only box in existence. He didn't do his research. It's not, and B, they opened it up and guess what? They're not Pokemon cards at all. So I mean, this leads to other avenues where it's just like the fuckery of it all. You know what I mean? And it's like, so you're doing NFTs. How is this affecting crypto? First off, like, you know what I mean? Like, and if these people, let's say Logan Paul is, you know, an owner of, you know, dog crypto. I don't know. I'm just making up Dogecoin. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. And he's selling NFTs that you can purchase with said coin. Isn't that in his own gain? And so I want to know the legalities of that in itself. And then now we're saying that you can spoof someone's voice. If I'm under contract and you take my voice out of something and reuse that voice character that I was doing to then make something else, I'm in trouble. Right?
I don't think it would work that way, though. I think you'd have to sign up. Like, I don't think they could just pull, that would be hella illegal.
Well, they're taking art right now from other people, and you know.
Well, but I think that's what they're trying to. I think that's what they're trying to. That's one of their differentiating factors is that things can't get just ripped off. And there was one more. This is the one intriguing part about the article. As far as the company, VoiceVerse, this is a quote from them. Imagine being able to create customized audiobooks, YouTube videos, e-learning lectures, or even podcasts with your favorite voice. VoiceVerse continued, imagine being able to talk in the voice of the character you are playing as in a multiplayer game. Imagine the next level of immersive experience.
What? Like that is.
So do you guys want me to use my Tina voice for the rest of the podcast? I mean, is that what we're saying? I just, you know, it's really frustrating because you work
NFT.
real hard on stuff. And
I'm gonna sell this VOD as an NFT.
Let's do it.
Clearly, though, like with that kind of mentality, though, how they're trying to put that vision on investing on like a person's voice. that's not really, doesn't sound like it's Troy Baker. It just sounds like Troy Baker was trying to go in partnership with these people because he is a known voice actor,
Right.
Like a well-known voice actor, and he was backing this person's idea, this idea up with whatever they have with the behind doors agreement that they have for whatever money he's going to get out of it. But but still, I think that itself is just going to be ridiculous. It's like I think it just was a bad move on his behalf. I mean, he's only human, and so like I said, but I just think that I just find it like, are you like, to be that disassociated on like what people see in this is very weird. Unless someone can come in and explain to me the justification on using your money to invest in an NFT, then I'm not touching it. I mean, there's no way I'm going to put my money in on this, because right now I just feel like it's going to be like it feels such scummy. It feels so scummy and so scammy that it's not even like it's like I don't even want to touch it. Like that. That's where it's that's the mentality that I kind of overall get from it. So I don't understand why it's so alluring to people trying to invest in it. Is what doesn't make
people
sense
are making money.
Well, and
somebody's making money.
I have questions about that. You know?
Yeah.
It's like me saying I have a handful of rocks in my pocket. You can't see them, but they're there, and they're worth $2 million. Do you want to purchase them with your Dogecoin or Opie coin, whatever? You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me in that realm of it. Like, I understand NFTs, but like the whole buying it with cryptocurrency and like how that pays out at the end of the dividend, it doesn't make sense to me. And it just, you're right. It seems really scummy, and I just, I don't know.
But you're not really even getting anything though. Like, that's my thing. You're not getting anything.
And you're not like if you're going to invest in stocks, you're technically not getting anything. But what you do know what you're getting is that you're getting, that you're exactly how much whatever you put in is what you put in, and your chances of losing it is there, but you know that it's more of a gamble. So you know it may not be a physical get. NFT is 100% digital. It could be in this case, it could be anything, literally anything. On this, like he was trying to pimp out his own voice acting stuff. So and then it's just like the only way that it's worth anything to anyone else is if anyone else gives it said value, and that's like so extreme. That's like so extreme to me. To be like to do that, it's just freaking insane. Already made 5.8 billion donk bucks. Yeah. that's what I'm saying.
Oh, he's a millionaire.
Yeah, it's like, can you imagine? Like, you could essentially go on TV right now. Don could literally go on TV right now, do an infomercial about how successful his NFTs are doing with his donk bucks, and then people will be like, "Oh, okay, let's just go. Let's just." When it comes to realization, people will be like, "What am I going to use this for? What is this going to be used for?" And stuff like that. It's like, holy crap, that's where I'm getting caught on. It's like, I don't see the gain of any of this, which doesn't.
No, Doc, you're right. He said, I mean, it just sounds like money laundering.
Yeah, it really does.
Exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is.
They just made a game out of it. Right. Here, you get this digital thing, and we'll work out the details on the back end.
I have this new thing called Extreme Kickstarter.
What's funny is before he brought up this topic earlier this week, I was reading about how there is an NFT that I can't remember it. One of the game companies was going to do, and like you could transfer that skin.
Ubisoft. Was it Ubisoft?
Yeah. To another game, and it's yours, and blah blah blah.
Thrash. Like nobody even plays the game.
I can understand that a little bit more, but I feel like we're getting into like weird areas.
Idea. That's a terrible thing. So basically, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to? Okay, so because here's the thing: if games are going to start incorporating this, it's either microtransactions or NFT. They cannot have it both ways. Because if they do it that way, they're going to be losing a lot more money than what they're going to have set up for it, because the microtransactions is the least direct money. It's legitimate currency, like a legitimate currency itself from it itself. So like I don't see like how they're going to, when they're trying to do these extra cutesy bonuses, like, oh, if you get an NFT, then you could do this on this, and you can get this you could do this in the game. It's like, screw you, dude.
No,
it's like,
but that's the thing, though, dude.
Don't do it.
Yeah,
but that's the thing, though. I also feel like, and you got to look at it this way, it's clearly a trendy thing, and there are a lot of kids in younger generation that are getting into this shit. So either they're going to be ahead of the curve and just we don't understand where it's going to be at, or how we're having a hard time being able to mentally understand where it's going, and it's actually going to be a thing. But like right now, as you can see, basically anything that is incorporated has gotten absolutely smashed, because it seems like, and the biggest thing doesn't necessarily seem to be the NFTs. It seems to be the cryptocurrency and how damaging that is causing people to be like, oh, hell no, I don't want any part of that. And even that I don't necessarily understand, like the carbon footprint and like that stuff. Like that's all. I'm just like,
Well, it almost feels like it's like a mom who was tired of their kid collecting crap. You know what I mean? And she came up with the thought of NFTs because now it's a photo of something that they don't actually own on their computer, so it's taking up less space in her house. It's like, it doesn't, like, I'd rather have a Trapper Keeper full of, like, first gen Pokemon cards that I can physically look at than some NFT of a Pokemon drawn by some random Joe Schmo that Logan Paul sold me on his, you know what I mean? Like, it sounds so dirty.
I think it would work though with skins and cosmetic stuff. It totally could, dude. Not. You have a limited edition of these skins. So that means that already right there's going to be, and how people always got, look at Fortnite, dude. Everybody's got to have the latest skins and this and that. Now you're telling me that people are going to have a limited amount of these skins, and you can now trade this skin with somebody else for X amount of dollars. That I can understand how it would make money. For sure. And if that's what that stuff is, I could see there being a thing. I would totally, like, for an exclusive skin just to have, I would totally, if I had F off money like that, I would do it.
Yeah.
And I look to flip that bitch.
Yeah, we'll see. But I don't know,
it's
man.
Crazy.
I got, like I said, I think I needed to get like a crash course from like a professional on it. Maybe ask Sean, like, the lawyer, because he's familiar with all of this.
Well, Donk says he knows. So,
one day,
we can get Donk on here to explain it in his adorable little Halloween costume.
He has made 12.7 billion Donk bucks. So
yeah,
true.
Him and Oki are
that much in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, so there you go. But yeah, he's doubled his richness in 10 minutes. Yes. All right. Well, I will close it off today. What's funny? Like, originally I told you one thing, but actually I kind of I remember there's another topic that I wanted to talk about. Yeah, sorry, but it's not a big deal. It's
flipping the script.
I'm flipping the script. I'm doing it live.
Do it.
I was going to talk about E3 actually. So
okay.
E3, man, I don't know what it is, dude. They were they had that button on the pulse early this time around, but they decided to postpone a physical event already with E3 this year. In January. So now this is year number 3 of virtual E3 itself. I find this. I think this article was a little bit more fascinating than the backwards compatibility for a Sony, because, like you said, it was not really a big. I mean, overrated. but Yeah, so E3 is still once again postponed their live event. And you know what's funny to me? I think it's not surprising because there's a couple of things that I think that I think that E3 is experiencing right now. One of the big things is that they're slowly bleeding. Because
been bleeding.
Yeah, because E3 itself lost Sony. Technically, they also lost Microsoft because Microsoft does it in their own venue itself. They're just coincidentally, Microsoft's just coincidentally in around the same vicinity of where E3 is, but they don't have boot space and stuff like that at the event itself anymore. Nintendo does all their stuff through the Nintendo, their Nintendo Directs and stuff.
Yeah.
But the big thing is that though, the showrunner that runs the show itself, they left I believe last year in the middle of them trying to set it up initially when they thought that they were going to do a live show, but they did. I don't even know. And since then they didn't really announce a replacement for the group to do it. So I think that that was one of the reasons why they kind of decided to put the pulse on the button, because technically, if that was the case, PAX would have done the same thing, because PAX East is happening in April. It's happening in April, and they're still going ahead as if everything is kosher right now. And secondly, it's 6 months. E3 usually is in June, so it's around 6 months. So it's kind of hard to kind of gauge if it's going to be if it's going to still happen, or if they or where they're at. But they're not putting their thing on the trigger. I mean, we're only in January right now, and we don't know how the pandemic is going to be in 6 months though too. So it's going to be even more open and whatnot. So so immediately earlier this week they decided, okay, we're doing virtual only conference to keep fans safe during the Omicron spike and stuff. And I'm like, okay, I guess that's cool. Sucks because I love going to live events. Trade shows are one of my favorite things to go to. E3 not so much, because I personally hate the Los Angeles Convention Center, but then Same. The past couple of years it made it worse because and this is not in an elitist way of thinking, in my opinion, because when I go to these events, I don't go there for gaming at all. I'm there for meetings and stuff like that, and stuff like that, and talking to folks and stuff like that. But when they decided to open it up to the public, it's one of the most annoying things, in my own personal opinion, because not only that they don't treat them well. The people that they pay to get into the show, they don't treat them well, in my opinion. They just keep them in the line for 5 or 6 hours, and then they're okay, here's a chance. Here you go. Here's your chance to play 15 minutes. It's a 15-minute time break to go try this thing out, and then you're good. So you just spent 5 or 6 hours waiting in line, doing all this different kinds of stuff, and not even experience the whole venue itself. It's just so annoying. It's just and then you just have all these people with just extra foot traffic, and the event is not cheap. The event costs about $200 just to get your foot in the door towards this, and you have incredibly limited access for it. So I've always told people, don't even waste your time. If you wanted to go to a place like that, go to PAX. I mean, PAX does it really well. I mean, but for E3, no, terrible. So Doc says conventions are BS in general. You don't need to travel to find about new games, TVs, softwares. Why spend the cash? And that's just it, though. See, and the problem is that E3's identity wasn't supposed to be a convention. It was never supposed to be a convention. It was a trade show. It was a trade show, just like how GDC is. Right. GDC is a show for developers and maybe up and coming people and stuff like that. You don't go to the show to try to sell stuff. You don't go to the show to try to sell physical stuff that you have in your current library. It's stuff that's letting people know out there, especially journalists and maybe influencers and stuff like that, to let them know this is what we're doing. This is the direction that we're going as a company. Here's some cool things to kind of look up with. Here's the so-and-so stuff for you. Because if that's the case, if you do a trade show right, people are going to be incredibly hyped for it. That's how E3 was in the early the 90s and the early 2000s, because it was exclusive. It was exclusive to to the industry itself. And then if it was, there you go. But like, I mean, and then if you wanted to go to a convention, which is perfectly fine, go to PAX. PAX was great when it was like when PAX Prime and all that stuff was starting to come in and stuff. But then when like now they got the taste of the extra money, and it just feels so annoying. It just like or TwitchCon, when you see all of this that's going on, then it's like, oh, okay, here you go, because you have so many fans that wanting to go through that's wanting to spend that kind of cash and then willing to spend that kind of cash. So I'm a little bummed about E3. I always go because like I always have bring the suit, like shake hands, kiss babies, all that stuff, do all the whole rigmarole when I'm there. But what I was wondering, what about you, Smitty? Like, have you ever experienced E3? I don't remember.
I did not. I did the virtual. I did the digital only, and that was okay. I think it was last year that I did that, but I've never physically gone there. I'm in the same boat as you guys when it comes to conventions. I don't understand. Like, it's one thing to go to, because I'll go to NAB every year, which is National Association of Broadcasters. They've got, people that you can talk to. They've got the latest equipment that's coming out, blah, blah, blah. It serves a purpose. I'm not just there fanboying over VizRT because I love their graphic system or whatever. And it seems like a lot of this, kind of like you're saying with Twitch, it's like that last TwitchCon was weak as hell, man. Like, there was absolutely no point. I literally spent... Even if I was at the convention place, I was probably at the bar and not in the actual convention area, because I mean, I'd walk around, talk to some things, and I feel like that is really built more for fans to go and experience, as opposed to someone that's actually trying to go there and do work. Because I when I think of convention, or not necessarily, I guess conventions, but I guess I'm thinking more of trade shows. I think I like trade shows more, where like you're actually able to speak people. There's classes, there's things like that. Like, I'm not here to fanboy. I'm here to learn, figure out how things, talk to people, talk about new equipment that's coming and how I can get that into a workflow, whatever. So I guess it's really about, I think a lot of these, and that's what E3 did. It turned into, as opposed to a press conference, essentially a big ass press conference, it has turned into this entertainment show for everybody, and it did lose its exclusivity within those rights, and it's hard to get excited for stuff like that, because I feel like it's the same cycle. Get all hyped up, issues, delays, problems, the game comes out and it's okay. You get a few games at the ones that get hyped up, but I'm totally a sucker for that hype train, so I understand why they do it. But it's exhausting. E3, what I would say is I would like to, since they have made a decision and are already saying they're going digital, I would like to see more from them on the digital side. I'd love to see some sort of 3D space that I can hop into my Oculus and go and mingle with people, stuff like that. Like, step it up. We're in year 3 of this pandemic. People have been doing some digital stuff, and I feel like people have been getting by, but there's tools, and we can see that there's ways to, I think there's space to be able to do something in a digital platform that hasn't been done yet. And I'd like to see them do something like that, because you're right. They were already bleeding. They are no longer necessary to even be around, because there's all these other things. Everyone has their own proprietary stuff. Why go here? I'm not going to wait. And even if I do go there, I'll give you some scraps, but I'm going to save all the best stuff for our own thing or whatever. So,
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's a shame. Like, I mean, I've only been to E3 a couple of times and stuff towards it, and the one thing that I really like enjoying, especially going to events, even going to conventions, when you do go to conventions, isn't even the isn't the exhibitor hall. It's always talking to the people, like, developers and stuff like that, directly. So like, I mean, theoretically, if I could better pull with virtual, I won't have as much of a problem. But for some reason, just having the face to face has always been a little better. Has always worked a little better for me than anything else. So that's the one thing I kind of wanting to, that I'm really missing. That's why I'm actually seriously thinking about doing PAX East this year,
right?
Or maybe PAX West, I don't know, but something. Or GDC,
I still gotta see what happens. Like, I don't even know what's happening. Like, things are picking back up again. Like, we've just been in this never-ending cycle. Like, it's I don't know, man. It's just getting hard. It's like, when is it gonna end? You know what I mean? So. Like, how do we move forward? I'd like to be able to do stuff, but I'd like to be able to do things safely, and especially with having a little baby, like, I have to be extra careful. I don't want to bring anything home, you know, that's going to affect my daughters, or you know, I'd feel terrible doing something like that. So, you know, it's weird, man. We're still in this weird place, but I mean, there's a lot to be excited about, I feel like, this year. And for me, I think E3 needs to really step up their game. I did find it interesting that they called it early too, and I'm wondering if that's going to have super early. I'm wondering if it's going to have any kind of impact on any other conventions, because it was this weird juxtaposition, because you had, you know, E3 was like, oh, we're going to go digital again. CES is like, we're powering through. Procter & Gamble left. I don't give a shit. We're here. We're there. We are in Vegas, baby. Like, but again, their attendance was a fraction of what it typically is. Yeah. So it's like, is it even worth it?
Well, I mean, like, dude, it's just like, we're in a weird position, because like how, like, when that happened, I was like thinking, when they said, oh, cause you know what's funny? Like, I didn't even apply for press at all for CES this year. Like, I was just like, there's no way that I was going to go to Vegas towards any of this. And I didn't want, and like, you know how I usually stay with you at your place when I'm there, and I'm like, yeah, there's no way in hell I would want to stay there, like, especially with your newborn
going to the convention. I'm like, nah, son.
Yeah. So I was just like, nah, I'm just gonna hold out when things are back to if things get back to normal. So like, it would make sense. Like, so I was like, when they said that they were going to go live, they were going to have a physical and a digital event, I was like, this is a bad move. Like, Omicron is moving. Yeah, Omicron is moving in a ridiculous like way, even though it's quote unquote weaker. I don't know if they've proven that it's weaker, but or whatever. Then it's still a part of a pandemic, you know. And then now they're saying that this was it was increased. Like, we're in a part where it's getting bigger and bigger. It's time to kind of seal in, for something like that. You don't want to go to an event that holds literally millions of people together from different parts of the country, like all over the world, to be congregated in just a strip, you know.
Right.
So yeah, so I was like, nah, we're done now. To say that they're going to do that in 6 months, who knows? We don't know where it's going to be in the case. And like, and that's where I find it very funny with E3 letting you know. I guess that they do so they can let people know that, you know, the whole process does take time and stuff.
Right.
But like, still, it's like, wow, man, it's crazy. It's crazy that they didn't wait. I mean, surprising enough, they did the right thing. So we'll see how it all goes. Yeah. Sorry, dude. If you had anything to chime in, Lex, I'm so sorry.
No, you're totally fine. I'm intrigued by this. Well, like, I went to CES a lot back in the day when I worked for Circuit, because I was a computer technician. And so it was kind of necessary for us to know, like, what the up and coming was. But now I don't feel like it's worth my health to find out about something that I can read an article about, you know? It's what am I supposed to do? Touch it? Like, it's not tangible anyways. It's just some guy sitting there giving a presentation, really. And so what's the point? I mean, I understand like TwitchCon and all of that now, even though like we're still in a pandemic that has now turned into an endemic. But you know, I can meet up with my girls another time. You know, we can do like a solo trip. It doesn't have to be a thing. So,
Jesus, dude. Like, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll go with it. All right, Lex.
Yeah.
What do you have planned for the week?
Ooh, I'm going to finish up all of the secrets with FNAF, even though it's murdering my computer.
Really?
Yeah, it's crashed so many times. It's
wow.
It's a thing. Yeah, I have to I keep breaking the game and having to quit and restart, which kind of sucks, but I'm loving it regardless. But yeah,
That
playing
sounds
that.
annoying.
Yeah, I'm really getting big into TFT. I'm enjoying it. I'm a Yordle Lord, so yeah, just playing games and hanging out. I've got tomorrow and Thursday off. Or Sunday off. I get to go eat dinner with my dad tomorrow, so I'm excited.
Cool. Awesome.
That's it. Fun's right.
Yeah. Hey, do whatever you need to do to keep yourself busy. So there you go. How about you, Smitty? What are you up to?
We'll see. Stream tonight is pending on a nap after this. I'm pretty sure I still need to take a nap.
Needs a second nap, y'all.
I need a second nap. You're right. Other than that, though, we've got Scum. Next Thursday. I think we're going to be in the fighting pits and maybe having a dance party in there. And then I don't know. Really, I've kind of gone back and I'm trying to finish up everything I can from Mass Effect so I can finally move forward with that. I haven't really been in the mood to start out a new story game though, or finish one that I'm currently in because I'm in the second of Halo as well. So I don't know which queen's on my mind. Destiny has been consuming me as well because the season's going to be wrapping up here in almost a month now, and that drop is going to be huge.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, so looking forward to that. I'm assuming Dust is going to be with you for that one.
What?
So, Destiny.
Dust doesn't even play Destiny anymore. He doesn't even play video games anymore. He's not even a person anymore.
You just said to you, I need help doing the League Game dungeon. Wow.
I haven't done the Luke Cage either, you son of a bitch.
Davis, Dust had a cold and he died and murdered everyone in this house emotionally with said death. So it's been a thing. He's trying to revive. I don't know if it's going to happen, but his attitude will no longer be tolerated. So he may not exist after tonight. I don't know. Just letting you know.
All right, well, good to know, I guess.
What about you, Davis? You gonna find some time to get some streams in and stuff?
I can't next week. I got so much to do. Like I got 2 doctor's appointments myself personally, and then I also have to tomorrow I was going to go out. We're going to be doing some karaoke. Someone actually did me a dare, which is surprising. They wanted me to see if I could. They dared me to do that song 1 week with Bare Naked Ladies, and I was just like. So I was like, yeah, that it's like the thing is basically they're just talking nonsense. 2 minutes, yeah. Basically talking nonsense for the whole thing. And I'm like, dude, that thing is going Mach 5. I can't do that. Yeah, so I was like, okay, I'll do it.
Though, like, do it on
karaoke,
what?
Just karaoke.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm hoping to work in some VR stream. So I'm working on the technical for it, and I'm close.
Davis's neighbors hate this man. Oh man, that's freaking hilarious. Yeah, so I need to go take a look at how like if it's even possible, and we'll say okay, we'll see. But then next week, like I said, I got some doctor's appointments, but then I also got 2 different interviews that we have lined up with 2 voice actors. What's his name? Derek Snow, who does this show called Fire Force, and another girl named April Bryn. Or Bryn April. I always get that mixed up. Bryn April on Friday. So yeah, I'm just swamped again. And I'm doing a Funimation movie review that they sent us too, as well as a press junket for that. So
nice. Nobody can ever get Troy Baker, dude.
I don't like I interviewed Troy Baker at New York Comic Con like 7 years ago.
Oh,
dude, like yeah, that was when we were doing when I want to say Batman Origins came out. Because he was the new voice of the Joker during that time. Yeah, and then that was it. And then but yeah, but he's too big now. Like I mean, Troy Baker's way too big to get him. So like it's really hard if you can. I'm actually surprised you didn't get them because I thought like
Troy, come on the GameCast.
Yeah, good luck on that. If you do, Smitty, I'll stop.
No,
I'll rescind
No, we have not gotten him, dude. We've gotten so many. He won't even say anything to us, dude.
The closest that you've gotten was Nolan North.
That is not at all, dude. Because Alana Pierce, Austin Winnery, and
Alana Pierce isn't hard to get though. It was really hard to get.
I meant we've gotten everybody in their podcast but him.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes, dude. We've gotten freaking Giacomo, whatever that dude's on
Guillermo.
What?
You talking about Guillermo?
No, Giacomo.
No, I don't know who that is.
He's actually the voice of was he Hawkeye in the Avengers game? But he was in like General Hospital or one of them hospital shows. Can't even think of her damn name, dude.
Okay, well, whatever. But I mean, I'm just like, yeah. I mean, like, I know. Troy Baker is hard. I'm not denying. Oh, you know what? I need to tell you something.
Somebody clip that. And that's gonna be his. That's gonna be his freaking sound effect in my streams. And Troy Baker is hard.
You said that to Troy Baker directly. Yeah, I don't know, man. But dude, that dude is like always busy though. Like he's always doing something. Like that guy. Like so you kind of can't. Like it's not. I don't think it's a matter of like he has time to just chill. But I think that's exactly what it is. It's like he just doesn't have time to sit on his own for like 30 minutes or an hour. So who knows?
That's
But guys, thank you for watching episode number 118 of the CFG Gamecast. Thank you for being a part of the conversation as always. We will be back again next Friday, same time, same place. So definitely check us out there. You can also check us out if you did miss this episode, you can always check us out on Mondays. We release it on Mondays every week on YouTube and on like any podcast services like Apple, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, Podbean, any single place out there. So there is no excuse to not listen to our sexy voices.
Ooh.
So thank you for once again. Or go to our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, where you will actually see an interview of the review of a new anime movie, Bell, that just came out today actually, and our interview with Richard Epcar. So that was a real fun interview too. So definitely check us out there. But guys, thank you for going on the CFG Gamecast. This is Davis, Lex, and Smitty signing out. Y'all take it easy.
Bye.